Hey everybody, welcome back to Nailed or Failed Reviews. Today we're out on the patio because we're going to be talking about cantilever umbrellas. These are super popular items to pick up to cover your patio space. And we're going to be talking about two different ones that you pick up from Lowe's and Home Depot today. We're going to be comparing the Home Depot version Hampton Bay 11-foot cantilever umbrella to the SimplyShade 11-foot cantilever umbrella that you can pick up from Lowe's. We're going to talk about the differences in features between the two, show you how easy it is to get one built, and why we choose one over the other. Let's talk about it right now on Nailed or Failed Reviews. All right, thanks again for joining us today at Nailed or Failed Reviews. Again, we're talking about cantilever umbrellas because we got this new patio space that we poured a couple months ago, and we needed a nice way to get it covered. We decided to try out one of these cantilever umbrellas. We also have a gazebo that we're going to be testing out, but we have basically two sections of this patio, this seating area here, and then up behind the camera is another seating area that is basically a dining area that we use a regular umbrella at now. And so again, because we are facing south, the house is facing south, the sun basically rotates around the whole day and is just blasting this area. And especially in the evening when the sun is setting over here, our seating areas, both of them are facing that way, and we wanted to see if one of these cantilever umbrellas would work when it's in this down position to basically create a big wall to block the sun. So anyways, we're gonna keep this short and sweet because it's super hot outside today. It's about 95 right now. It's only about 11 o'clock in the morning, and we wanna get this spot covered to create a nice, comfortable space. All right, so again, we're talking about the two different versions of cantilever umbrellas that you can pick up locally. Either this one, SimplyShade at Lowe's, or the Home Depot version, which is from Hampton Bay. Now again, we're putting together the SimplyShade version. We went with this one because of the features that it has compared to the Hampton Bay Home Depot version, and we're gonna show you what those are at the end of the video. We just wanted to do a quick unboxing, show you what this comes with, and then put it together to show you how easy it is to put together. So what it's gonna come with, we're not gonna bore you with trying to show you how to unbox it, but this SimplyShade version comes with 4 pieces for the base. So these are gonna have to be filled with media, sand, or pea gravel. You can fill it with water technically, but in the instructions it says that water alone will not support the weight of the cantilever umbrella itself, probably when it's all the way extended out. So you wanna be assured that before you put this together, you have basically around 230 pounds of pea gravel or sand to dump into these 4 base pieces that are gonna actually hold this umbrella to the ground. So we'll show you that in a minute. You're gonna get a solar panel. So both of these, Hampton Bay and the Lowe's version, SimplyShade, come with a solar panel because there's lights on the inside of it. This SimplyShade version comes with this foot piece here that is actually the piece that this goes into, the umbrella goes into, and then this allows the umbrella to actually pivot or turn 360 degrees. So very nice feature that the SimplyShade version has that the Hampton Bay version does not. So that's one of the pieces that you're gonna get there. SimplyShade version also comes with this whole component, the umbrella and the arm already assembled, so you don't have to worry about that. You're just gonna be able to put it on and get that assembled nice and easily. And then you also have the 2 main base pieces. So these are gonna screw together along with that pivoting, rotating piece, and then this will, the umbrella piece will mount to it. So that's what you get when you unbox these things. The solar panel, or the lights also have a plug, so you can plug this in if you want to. And that's about it. So let's get this assembled and show you how easy it is to do it. Again, you're gonna need pea gravel or sand to fill these bases with. You cannot use water alone according to the instructions, so be aware of that. If you're putting this together and it's windy outside, also be aware of that because, again, this is an 11-foot umbrella. This is a 7.5-foot umbrella right here, and so 11 feet is very large, and if you get a good gust of wind, it's gonna take that sucker right away. So be careful if you're doing this when it's windy out, and let's get this together. All right, so let's get this thing together. Again, you're gonna be putting the base together, and you wanna make sure that wherever you're gonna be putting this thing, because of the pea gravel or the sand that you're putting in the base, that you are building it where you're gonna put it, because once you have it all assembled, it's not very easy to move. You're gonna have to take the heavy pieces from the base apart, and then hopefully if it's not windy, you'll be able to just move the umbrella itself. But I haven't ever seen any of these with the wheels or anything like that, so they're not very easy to move. if you have to move them once the bases are filled with media and whatever else. So again, let's get this together. You're going to start by taking these two pieces for the main assembly. These are the main feet that everything's going to sit on, and you're going to attach it to this rotating base for the SimplyShade version. And then again, we have 6 Allen head bolts here that we're going to get assembled into this whole assembly here. So we've got 4 that are going to attach the rotating base to the feet, and then 2 that will attach the actual umbrella, this whole umbrella assembly, to this part of it, the top piece of it. So let's get the bolts screwed in, and then we'll show you how we get the umbrella installed. Okay, so once you get your 4 bolts screwed in, you can see this has a nice foot lever here, or lever that you can operate with your foot, and it'll turn real nicely once we get this whole assembly on here. So you've got 2 bolt holes here, and it says to get the solar panel installed on this unit first, but we're just gonna do that later with the ladder. Onto there just like that. All right, so then when it comes to doing the base pieces, they actually go on in an X style. They don't go on perpendicular to it. So there's 2 pieces, and basically you have a middle version is going to fit around the rotating piece. And they're meant to actually snap together, not snap, but there's little hooks on here that are meant to join them together. So that's a really nice feature. You just set it down like that. Like that. Okay, so now we got this thing assembled. Let's talk about the differences between the Hampton Bay version that you pick up at Home Depot and the SimplyShade version that you see here that you pick up from Lowe's. Now we're going to start at the actual mechanism to control the angle of the whole umbrella, because that's a very big difference visually when you look at these two. Again, you notice on the SimplyShade version, it's just a straight up and down pole. On the Hampton Bay version, you actually have a big curved pole. When it comes to the mechanism that actually works that, here on the SimplyShade version, you're going to notice that it's just a trigger that you're going to grab, and you're going to slide this up and down. Okay, there's some teeth back here in the umbrella arm, and that is what this trigger locks into. So you can put it all the way up there like that, and it's locked into place. You can put it down here at this slight angle to lock into place, or you can actually put it all the way down, and there's a tooth all the way down here at the bottom that will lock it into this very vertical, full 11 foot. It's like a giant wall. So if you're gonna put it in this position, be very careful, because if you get a huge gust of wind, probably even with 220 pounds of sand in here, it's possible it might blow over. So just, again, be careful in those windy areas. So that's the big difference when you're talking about the actual mechanism for the arms, is that you have this straight pull on the SimplyShade version, and on the Hampton Bay, you have that curved arm. What that leads to is that on the curved arm, on the Hampton Bay version, you actually have these knobs, these plastic knobs that you have to turn to tighten and loosen it, the clamp, so that you can actually move the umbrella. That's why we like the SimplyShade version, because you don't have any knobs or clamps that you have to deal with. It's just a simple trigger and these teeth that are built in back here. Now, when you get to the umbrella itself, they are pretty much the same as far as both of these cantilever umbrellas have LEDs under it that are powered by a little solar panel that you mount up on top. So each umbrella has lights inside of it. Now, the other big differences between the Hampton Bay and this SimplyShade version is that the SimplyShade has the 360 rotating capability. So you can see there that that is a huge benefit to the SimplyShade one, is that you just have to work this lever with your foot, and then you can lock it into place wherever you want to. So that's a really awesome feature that the SimplyShade version has that the Hampton Bay version does not. So then when we get down to the actual base of these cantilever umbrellas, that's where you're going to notice a huge difference, and is one of the main reasons why we chose the SimplyShade version over the Hampton Bay. So if you look at the Hampton Bay version here, you're going to notice that basically what it is a big open cavity, and the plastic that you see is just a cover. You can't stand on it, it's not supported in any way, and what they've given you here is 2 big green bags that you're going to fill with sand or gravel or rock, and then you're just going to throw it in there, cover it with this plastic top, and that's it. Now I think that's really inferior to the way that the SimplyShade version has, because when you look at the SimplyShade, you have 4 individual pieces for the base. They have a locking component on them, so they're meant to interlock together, and then they actually have a cap on them so that you can contain that sand or pea gravel in there. It's not going to fall out of there. So it's a really nice feature that this base has. You can stand on the SimplyShade version so that you can, whatever, stand on it if you want to, or actually to work that lever for the 360-degree option. But that was a very big difference, and one of the main reasons that we decided to go with the SimplyShade version over the Hampton Bay version from Home Depot. All right, everybody, well, that's going to do it for the review today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video on how to put together one of these big old 11-foot cantilever umbrellas that you can pick up from Lowe's and Home Depot. Again, we decided to go with the SimplyShade version that you see here from Lowe's because of the different features that it had compared to the Hampton Bay version from Home Depot. The features like the 360-degree rotating umbrella arm so that this whole umbrella can rotate in 360-degree fashion. The way that the single arm has the ratcheting teeth on there and the trigger mechanism versus the curved arm and the clamps that you have to operate. So again, those are some different features. And then the main one being the base unit on the SimplyShade is much better in our opinion because of the way that it has these 4 individual compartments that are nicely formed plastic. They have their interchanging little hooks on them so that they lock together. And then again, they have caps on them so that they can contain that sand or pea gravel media that you're going to put in there. Compared to the Hampton Bay version, it's much more superior, and we really recommend picking up one of these SimplyShade versions from Lowe's. So again, please help support the channel. Like if you like, purchase through our affiliate links that we'll have listed at nailedorfailedreviews.com. They'll go to lowes.com and other places where you can pick up some of these cantilever umbrellas. Again, like if you like, subscribe, and check out the other videos. Thanks for watching Nailed or Failed Reviews.